everyone, in today's video I'll be bringing to you the top paying country for nurses. So our statistics here is going to be given in US dollar. So I will be listing each country and the average payment being made. So if you are a nurse and you're looking for a country you can work in, then this video is for you. Now number 10 in our list is Dubai. Dubai has an average paying rate of $23,316. Currently one of the richest and most lavish places in the world, Dubai has an extremely low average pay for nurses. According to payscale.com, the average pay for a nurse working in a hospital or long-term care facility is much less than the other Middle East countries. However, despite the low pay, nurses are flocking to this thriving country. Some hospitals in Dubai will pay a compensation similar to a pay in the United States, but that must be negotiated prior to job acceptance. In general, Americans earn the highest wages for nurses in Dubai. Income is tax-free and healthcare is provided to everyone, which means the entire paycheck is taken home. For this reason, individuals have the opportunity to make more money than they would at home. Nurses working in Dubai have strict requirements in their contracts than in other countries. Nurses are required to live in hospital provided accommodation and are offered a small living stipend. Number 9 is Italy. It has with an average pay of $30,000. Italy, like the United States, currently has a nursing shortage. In order to work in a country where English is not the primary language, most nursing license boards require a language proficiency examination as part of the credentialing process. In Italy, nurses are required to take the Italian nursing board, a language proficiency examination, and must be sponsored by an Italian hospital to gain the nursing license. Once this occurs, a visa must be obtained to work in Italy via the Italian embassies. While there are many English-speaking hospitals in Rome, Florence, and Milan, such as Rome American Hospital, Hospital of Innocents, and Milan Clinic, it is unclear if nurses working in these hospitals must pass the language portion of the exam. 8 in our list is Ireland. Ireland has an average of $39,000 pay. Nurses who wish to practice in Ireland must be registered with the Nursing and Midwifery Board of Ireland. The board stresses to nurses is not moved to Ireland until a decision regarding credentialing has been finalized. It is also important not to apply for a job position or inquire about a position before obtaining certification from the board. In order to qualify, interested applicants must complete an online information packet, background check, fingerprint, and English proficiency examination. This is required whether or not you are a native English speaker. Some individuals are required to complete an examination, but that is ultimately determined by the board. In order to work in Ireland, an employment visa is a requirement. So one of the other possible outcome of the application is adaptation and assessment. This means that you need to successfully complete a supervised placement in an Irish healthcare facility. Number 7 in our list is Norway. Norway is having an average pay of $46,000. Norway is a Scandinavian country known as the land of fjords, has one of the highest standards of living in the world as well as job satisfaction for nurses. While the average salary is $46,000, nurses have the ability to earn upwards, even up to $100,000 depending on experience and specialty. According to the statistics Norway, the average life expectancy of individuals in Norway is steadily rising. Furthermore, there will be a need for 95,000 to 135,000 additional healthcare workers over the next decade in Norway. The report did not distinguish between nurses, doctors, midwives, and nursing assistants. Number 6 in our list is Switzerland. Switzerland with an average of 64,700. The Swiss Red Cross oversees all credentials for foreign nurses. While there is a considerable shortage of nurses in Switzerland, a requirement for all applicants is they must fluently speak one of the national languages, either Italian, or French, or German. There is absolutely no exception to this. While some hospitals in Switzerland will state the English is acceptable of employment in the hospitals, it is not acceptable to the government board. The cost for evaluations of credentials in hopes of gaining certification is roughly $800 as of 2019 and can take several months to occur. Furthermore, all the applicants must pass an examination, one of the three aforementioned languages, depending on the part of Switzerland for employment. Number 5 in our list is Australia, average 69,000 US dollar, home of the late Steve Irwin, kangaroos, the Great Barrier Reef, and koala sanctuaries. Australia has become a key destination for those interested in traveling while working abroad. A large appeal is the national language of Australia is English, and there is no language barrier. There are numerous international agencies that work with hospitals in Australia. The largest recruiting agency for international nurses in Australia is Healthcare Australia. In order to work in Australia, foreigners are required to apply for a visa with full working rights as well as valid registration with the Australian Health Practitioner Regulation Agency. Number 4 in our list is Virgin Islands, average of 62,000 US dollar. Looking for that laid back island vibe while still earning a top wage, the Virgin Islands are the perfect escape for those dreading the long winters and longing for sunshine, sun, and crystal blue waters. Some islands have a higher average wage, such as St. Croix. This wage is dependent on the financial stability of the individual island and the healthcare facilities available. The Virgin Islands Board of Nurse License oversees all applicants. An application packet must be submitted along with the verification of license form, copies of all nursing school transcript and course syllabus, a $125 fee, and letters of recommendation. Furthermore, nurses are required to pass the Commission on Graduates of Foreign Nursing School exams. Application verification takes a minimum of 90 business days for processing. Number 3 in our list is Canada. With universal healthcare and proximity to the United States, Canada is prime location for nurses interested in trying international nursing but do not want to stay too far from home. Furthermore, English is the primary language, adds to the ease of transitioning to another country. The College of Nurses of Ontario is the government board for registered nurses in Canada. International applicants must secure a license from the board after a series of background checks, interview questions, and an examination. This examination costs a minimum of $350. The price can vary based on individual factors. According to the website, the registration process can take anywhere from 3 to 18 months. The application can be started online with the submission of documents. Number 2 is Denmark with an average of 87,436 US dollar. The Danish Patient Safety Authority oversees all non-European Union citizens. Applications for nursing licensure. There are 3 different pathways for application, including pathways for individuals from Nordic countries, the European Union member states, and all others. Interestingly, if you are over the age of 75, you are not allowed to practice as nurse in Denmark, as this is Danish law. For those interested in applying for an application, the first step is submitting all need education, documentation, and qualification. If approved, individuals are given 3 years to fulfill the remainder of the qualification for permanent authority to practice in Denmark. The main component is the language exam. The language examination is held twice a year in May, June, and November/December. In Denmark, this examination is equal to a native speaker exam. Individuals who speak the language fluently can appeal and submit to different exams. Once the language portion is passed, individual must pass the employment for adaptation and training purposes. This illustrates clinical skills and communication skills with patients, providers, and families. Once these are all passed to the satisfaction of the board, a permanent license can be obtained. Number 1 in our list is Luxembourg. Luxembourg, 91,000 US dollar, currently topping the list as the highest paid country in the world for nurses. The tiny country in Western Europe pays its nurses very well because of the tiny size of the country and its tax have laws. Getting a job as a nurse is extremely difficult, while almost impossible. Nurses can wait for years for an opening to occur. It's also important to note that international nurses interested in working in Luxembourg must have the necessary linguistic skills, including proficiency in other, French, German, and or Luxembourgish. The nurse language proficiency is one of the 3 languages that are tested at the request of the Minister of Health. In order to become a nurse in Luxembourg, you must first petition the Ministre de la Santé. For an application pack, nurses are either licensed as adult nurses only or under a general system. This is important depending on the specialty of the nurse position. A visa is required to work in Luxembourg. So that brings us to the end of this video. Those were the top most paying countries for nurses in the world. If you find this video helpful, please just make sure that you subscribe to the channel by hitting on the subscribe button and notification bell so that you don't miss out on anything that will be posting. See you in the next video.